Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You look at Portland. Right now they're on the outside looking in at the playoff seeds. And, of course, there's the Pelicans, 2 spots down.
And I think for New Orleans, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
And when you talk about inconsistency, I think a lot of it has to go to the players because ultimately they're the ones that dictate how they perform.
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. And it's Ball in at the point. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Whiteside is out there with Anthony. And it's Ariza in at the 3. McCollum outside. Pass to Ariza. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. Right around the halfway mark, and some players starting to feel a little bit beat up, taking those bumps and bruises. Is it hard to decide which injuries to play through versus the ones that make you sit and miss a game?
You know, I don't think so. If you're a younger player, it may be a little more difficult, but as you've spent time in the league, you know your body. You understand what's an ache and a pain and something you can play with, or an injury that really hampers you. So I think as you mature in the league, it becomes much easier to know what's an injury and what's something that you can work through.
That word tolerance becomes pretty important, doesn't it?
Yeah, and everybody's a little different in that regard, Kevin. Some guys have a high tolerance, others have a low or moderate. But again, it's about knowing your body.
And the dunk by Williamson.
Oh, such a terrific passer. He seems to have a sixth sense, nice feel, which is hard to teach.
Lillard, the pass to Whiteside. Left side, Ariza. Over Ingram. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And it's easy to see why a team would want Ariza on their roster. Makes the right decisions, mentors young players, and is well respected throughout the league.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Trevor Ariza. A whole new cast of characters for the Pelicans. 3 promising first-round picks, Greg, and the young players acquired from the Lakers and veterans like Favors and Redick.
All of a sudden, a wealth of options for Alvin Gentry. Time will tell how they did in the AD trade, but seems like they're off to a nice start.
And so he makes both from the line.
And, you know, Trevor Ariza continues to have an impact on both ends, guys. An amazing defender and an excellent shooter, too.
Ingram finds Favors. Holiday looking over the floor. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Simons is checked in. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Got a piece of it. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Ariza's got the ball.
And Ariza, superb in transition, runs the floor beautifully, getting to the right spot before the defense can.
Ball against Lillard. And the pass to Holiday. 5 on the clock. Here's Ball. Off target from outside. Here's Simons. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And he was relentless in that one. I mean, he wanted to be the first to every rebound and almost was.
Passes it to Holiday. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, pass to Simons. Shot clock at 6. And And it's Williamson with the rebound. Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Grizzlies of Memphis.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
He kicks it to Ball. The dive for the ball. Again, New Orleans turns it over. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Ingram.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. Ball against Lillard. Pass to Williamson. And here is Ingram. There's the pass to Williamson. 6 on the shot clock. They could use a bucket. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Already finding his spots and capitalizing, playing really efficient basketball.
And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
Mario Hezonya's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And the free throw, no good. And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
Now here's Ingram. No points in the game yet for him, and it's Hezonja with the foul. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Here's Williamson. Pelicans keep it alive. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. Lillard, Ball with the rebound.
Does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Poked loose. Pass to Williamson. Shoots over Lillard. And there's Williamson on the assist by Ball. Williamson's got 6.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. And for all the drama surrounding Lonzo Ball's entrance into the NBA, one thing is for certain, he can play.
And Lonzo will always have the media attention, but the fact is he is a very talented player. His playmaking and passing was as elite as advertised from day one, starting to find his spots on how he can score for himself. But everything else with his game is what you'd want from an elite point guard. Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
And let's take a quick look now at some stats here for Holiday. Really been a key contributor over the past month. 9th in assists, 12th in steals, and he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride. Here's Simons. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. And there is the call on Zion Williamson. That's his first foul. Here's Whiteside. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
That's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit, maybe lost concentration too.
Here's Ball. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Lillard way outside. And the Trailblazers another 3.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Ball kicks to Favors. To the inside, Ingram. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And Whiteside stays right with it.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Now here's Ingram. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. Portland's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Pass to Whiteside. Dishes it to Carmelo. Drops one in from the wing. Pelicans trail by 4.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
The second overall pick in 2016, a lot of expectations for Brandon Ingram. If anything, he puts that pressure on himself. This is a young man that wants to be great.
And the first one drops. And Clark, they say Brandon Ingram, his own biggest critic. Does all his frustration and worry become, you think, a hindrance?
I think it can be, guys. I mean, you can't weigh yourself down with self-frustration and self-criticism because it can keep you from being your best. At the end of the day, his talent is obvious. I think he's got tremendous upside, but that piece of the mentality that he brings has to be balanced out a bit.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Right wing, and they call an illegal screen here. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. 5th on the list, the Pelicans.
You know, it's an entertaining style of play. And look, I mean, those are the baskets you want if you've got the legs for it. Scoring becomes a lot easier.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Portland grabs the miss. Their last meeting was in New Orleans, where they were unable to fight off the Pelicans.
Yeah, and last time out, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the foul trouble. That was what led to them having such an ugly scoreline.
And Greg, the foul trouble was a big chunk of it. I mean, it's hard to mount a comeback when all your key guys, your main players, are watching from the bench.
And here is Ball after Nasir Little hitting the 3. Outside, Redick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls up. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And, you know, sometimes Redick is such a good shooter. He makes these difficult contested shots. Nothing you can do about that defensively.
Hezonja on the wing. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. It's a 3-point game. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, lots of sloppy play in that one. Several key miscues. They just couldn't overcome the mistakes.
Well, you know, you got to take care of the basketball. Hopefully, they learned from that game and are better going forward.
And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Hezonja. And the Pelicans also making a change. Hart's checked in. Trailblazers leading by 3. Here's Trent. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. It's good.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Redick passes to Hart. Ball against Lillard. Ball kicks to Hart. From outside, off the mark. Portland's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Lillard misses.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
And here they go. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Carmelo Anthony imposing his will inside. Doesn't take any time. Rising up for the dunk.
Ball against Lillard. Now here's Ball. He's coming off a 16-point game against Oklahoma City.
Boy, he was piling up those assists in that one. I mean, every pass seemed to be on time and on target.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Kicks it to Lillard. That's tipped, and it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Ball. He's been a factor for them over the last month, averaging about 11 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
And it's blocked. Now, Redick had a 24-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City. And here is Ball. Back to Redick. Tipped away, but they get it back. Ball finds Redick. From outside the arc. And Damian Lillard pulls it down. Trailblazers leading by 4. 1:21 left here in the first quarter. Anthony, the pass to Trent. A three-pointer off the mark. New Orleans has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Ball against Lillard. Ball with the bucket.
And we've documented it. Ball has a hitch in his giddy-up on that shot. But it works. I mean, it's all about release and follow through and confidence and repetition. And if he has room, then he'll make you pay.
Here's Trent following the basket by Lonzo Ball. Three-pointer, Lillard hits it from three-point range. Lillard's got 8 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Now here's Redick. He's got 5. Lock at 6. Ball, the pass to Melly. New Orleans with a fresh shot clock. It's blocked. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on J.J. Redick.
5. Elbow. 2.
For Portland, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. From deep three-point range, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Portland out in front, up 7. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomes. He talked about what that means to him.
A lot of responsibility. When things go bad, people are going to look to you first. They're going to point the finger at you first. And when things go well, they're going to give you the credit. So I think it's just a balance of those two things, being willing to be that guy and being excited about it. I think you got to have fun with it.
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
Yeah, I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Yeah, I like the way they forced a ton of turnovers and then took advantage of those turnovers with opportunistic baskets.
So for New Orleans right now, they're back. Ball and Redick. Hart is out there with Hayes. And it's Okafor in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's Swanigan. He dishes it to McCollum. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Mark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebounding?
I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
Little kicks to McCollum. Ariza outside. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Lillard. Good D by Holiday. Pelicans trail by 4. Pass to Hart. A 3-ball. And another 3 for New Orleans.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
That's a 2 from Lillard. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Lillard's got 10. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Pelicans. Our next game is in San Francisco, so a road game with the Warriors. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Trailblazers leading by 3. Inside. And there's Little. That's good on the assist by McCollum. He has 7.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Redick against McCollum. And Redick kicks to Holiday. 4 on the clock. Launches a 3. That one's not going to go. And it's Portland the other way. Down low. Here's Lillard. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Here's Hart. 6 points for him. The pass to Holiday. Here's Hayes. Drills it from outside. Hayes has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
And Lillard gets to Ariza. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Let's take a moment to see the squads that have been the most dominant on the glass this season. 5th on the list, the Pelicans.
It's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Trevor Ariza for the Trailblazers. Whiteside's checked in for Caleb Swanigan. Mario Hezonja comes in for Little. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And New Orleans also making a change. Williamson is checked in for Hayes. Ariza hits them both. Pelicans trail by 4. Outside, Redick. Back to Holiday. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. It's Reddick on the wing. He's guarded by McCollum and stolen by Whiteside. Here's Azania. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 6. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Here's Simons. Zion Williamson making his last shot. Simons surveying the D. Fires the 3. No good on that one. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. Williamson dishes to Okafor. Here's Holiday. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Here's Simons. It's McCollum on the wing. Sinks the three-pointer. McCollum's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And you talk about shot makers. C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out.
Shoots from the right block. Second shot opportunity. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And that's exactly where Okafor is most comfortable. When he's down in the post, sometimes the defense has no choice but to foul him.
And you look at the shot chart for McCollum. He's a threat from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot.
And he makes the first. Clark, here's a simple one for you with the ball in his hands. Who is the fastest player you've seen in the NBA going end to end, baseline to baseline?
I think it's John Wall when he's healthy. I've not seen a guy with the ball get where he gets as fast as he does. And then after that, probably up-and-coming De'Aaron Fox.
Yes.
Russell Westbrook's in the conversation, too.
You know who's also pretty quick for his size? Ben Simmons. When he gets going downhill.
Yeah, good call. Good call. You forget about him because of his size.
Right.
You're
He's
right.
6'10".
Great call, Kevin.
And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. Derek Favors checked in for Okafor. Holiday with it. 14 points from him the last game against Oklahoma City.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around it, just his effort level was off the charts.
Ingram, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. They get Hassan Whiteside.
Love how Ingram toys with the opposition. Just is unflappable, drawing contact easily on these kinds of shot attempts. You know, his teammates calling him the slender man. Brandon Ingram, not much more than 200 lbs, but adding strength has been a focus.
And the first one at the line is good. And with Brandon Ingram and his size, he could benefit from adding a few pounds.
Well, you know, his teammates call him Tiny Dog. Dog because of his determination. That's a positive thing. The tiny part in reference to his slight frame. Time to bulk it up, young fella. Weight room.
Both free throws, good for Ingram.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better and better.
Reza passes to McCollum. Lays it up off the glass. McCollum's got 5 points now in the quarter. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for New Orleans. They trail by 3. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Whiteside. And a wide open look for McCollum. No good from outside.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
6 to shoot. Here's Favors, and it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 4 rebounds now tonight, and Azania gets it to go. And it's a 5-point Trailblazer lead.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Now here's Holiday. Hazonia defending, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with. Well, you talk about athletic families. Both of Drew Holiday's parents played Division I college basketball. 2 brothers also in the NBA. His sister played at UCLA. Oh, and by the way, his wife is a gold medal winning soccer player. That is tough to beat.
First free throw is good. And Drew Holiday, one of the 3 brothers playing in the NBA at the same time. Greg, how often do you see that?
I mean, we had the Plumleys for a while there, but the Holidays, probably the most notable example. Aaron, Drew, and Justin, a basketball dynasty in one generation.
All 3 throws good from Drew Holiday.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Here's Simons. It's Ariza on the wing. Passes it to Simons. The 3 drops in the tray. Simons has got 6.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Now here's Ingram. He's got 6. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut back down to 3 points with the bucket from Holiday.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Here is Whiteside. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
Anthony's checked in for Portland. And now, here's Hazonia. He's covered by Ingram. Hazonia kicks to Anthony. 5 to shoot. Shoots. Whiteside trying to break free. And Whiteside stays right with it. Whiteside's got his second bucket.
Yeah, and the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And Portland making a change here. Trent's checked in, and a change for the Pelicans. Ball's checked in. Holiday inside the line. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. 11 points in the game. Trailblazers leading by 3. And now, here's Hazonia. McCollum finds Hazonia. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Hazonia's got his 3rd basket of the night. Ball, the pass to Favors. Ingram outside. A fresh 14 for New Orleans. Favors can't get it to go. Portland's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. McCollum passes to Whiteside. McCollum dishes to Anthony. Pass to Hazonia. And another 3 for Portland.
He's done a nice job, a great job actually, of finding efficient shots here in the second. Shooting percentage always a function of the kinds of shots you get. and he's on a good roll after struggling a bit in the first.
Now here's Ball. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. And that one's good, Anthony.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now here's Ball. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Clark, when you think back to your playing days in high school, what memories come to mind?
Well, just the fun of being able to have success all 4 years I was at St. Joseph High School in Cleveland, the way the city rallied around us my senior year when we had a chance to play for a state championship. Unfortunately came up short. The teammates and coaches and teachers that I had a chance to enjoy those 4 years with, all really fond, special memories for me.
First one falls for him. A different look now for Portland. Caleb Swanigan's checked in for Whiteside. Little comes in for Mario Hezonja. And Damian Lillard subbed in for McCollum. And so Favors nails both of them.
And if only they could get to the line every trip down the floor. They've been nearly flawless on their free throws here in the second quarter.
And it's Lillard missing.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be? But so far, that's not been the case.
And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Oh no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
The first free throw is good, and the Pelicans making a change here. Hayes is checked in. Both free throws good for Ingram. Portland leading by 6. Pass to Trent beyond the arc. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed. I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Lillard, the pass to Trent. Releases. That one off the back iron and out. Pelicans trail by 6 to the middle. Hayes, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Portland's gone 4 of 7 on 3-point shots in the second quarter. Three-pointer, Lillard. The Trailblazers rebound. Basket, good. Anthony's got the lead up to 11 now for Portland.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Drew Holiday.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
And stolen by Lillard. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And it's blocked.
Ball size and timing really an asset when it comes to him blocking shots.
The pass to Melly. Ingram kicks the ball. Passes it to Melly. Shot clock at 6. Launches it. Ball no good. And so it's Portland holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Here with head coach Terry Stotts. Coach, what has gone right for your team so far?
Well, we've got a lot of energy. Getting stops and getting runouts was the biggest difference.
And that gets your guards involved early in the offense. Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They lead by 11. Shaq, how do you think Portland played?
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket. Just shoot the high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, the more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
Kenny, let's get your opinion on New Orleans.
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you. And at that higher percentage, guys aren't fighting through screens. They're not staying with their shooters. They're not helping out. Just bad basketball on the defensive end. They've got to tighten it up on a high level in the second half.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Whiteside, and it's Ariza in at the small forward. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with.
I think it's critical that Ingram's confidence continues to grow. And I think possessions like that will only help him moving forward.
McCollum finds Lillard. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game. To the paint, kicks it out to Ariza. Just 5 to shoot. Whiteside, and the layup's good off the glass. Whiteside's got 6 points.
And that's exactly what you want to start the second half. Smart play call.
Yeah, they want to get the half off to a quick start, and they know who to go to.
Ingram against Anthony. Second chance shot. And it's Williamson missing.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. He never lets a shot go uncontested.
And here's McCollum for 3. Derek Favors with the rebound. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Ball dishes to Holiday. Feeds it to Favors. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And now that we have a moment, let's see the best free throw shooting teams in the NBA. The Trailblazers third.
It's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Lillard surveying the D. Off target from 3-point range. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for New Orleans. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. Two minutes into the second half of play now. Poked away. They push it up 4 on 3. McCollum outside. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half. And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
McCollum against Holiday. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And the best part of that sequence wasn't Holiday's steal, but his quick decision to push the ball and start the break. That's when the D's most vulnerable, and he took advantage.
Portland no good that time either.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Outside Favors. Lock at 6. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Ariza no luck. Pelicans trail by 6. Holiday finds ball. Back to Holiday. Lets it go with a 3. They get it back. Favors goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. They get Hassan Whiteside.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Hart, he's checked in for New Orleans. Portland leading by 3. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Simons is checked in. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Offensive rebound, right side, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. They get Derek Favors.
You know, guys, you've got to give much respect to the length of Whiteside. I mean, he's a hulking 7-footer who takes a lot of pride in being the defensive anchor for this team.
And it's been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade, a chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
The first one falls. Second free throw, no good.
And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
Portland leading by 4. Pass to Simon. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And, you know, Ariza is a great value-utility Velcro kind of guy. I mean, somebody that knows how to dish the rock.
Pass to Hart. This one for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Hart's got 9 points. And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making. But what really stands out when you watch him live, the instincts, being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
Now the pass to Holiday. No good on the triple. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. They've led by as many as 11 points. Fader on the way. Anthony's shot is off.
I don't know how that one doesn't go in. Nice cushion between him and the defender.
And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Holiday. Simons, the pass to Carmelo. And the 3 off target. The Pelicans have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Simons. 8 points for him. Ariza outside. Passes to Anthony. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far. Shooting a very clean 5 of 7. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Portland.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
McCollum with the ball, now guarded by Ball. McCollum kicks to Whiteside. And there's the call on Zion Williamson. That's foul number 2 for him. A different look now for Portland. Caleb Swanigan's checked in for Whiteside. And Mario Hezonja subbed in for Anthony. Okafor's checked in for New Orleans. Redick comes in for Ball. Ariza no luck. Pelicans trail by 5. Here's Hart. He's got 9. Count that bucket. Hart's got 11 points.
You know, getting inside and doing damage there really elevates Hart's game, and I like to see him be that kind of all-around threat.
Here's Simons. And a miss there on the triple. New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Hart the pass to Redick. He kicks to Holiday. Knocks it loose. Here's Simon. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Back to Holiday. The shot, no good. Good D by McCollum. Portland leading by 8. Pass to Simons. And again, it's Portland converting.
A nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Now Okafor. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. Holiday, that shot is in just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync. A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Redick passes to Okafor. Here's Holiday, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Little, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Hayes, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Both free throws good from Holiday. Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past. But the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be a movement by free agents that has led to dominant championship teams. Although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
That's good from Hezonja.
Boy, Hezonja, gotta love him. I mean, he's a fantastic two-guard with great size.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Trent's checked in. And so he hits both. Here's Okafor. Kicks to Redick. 6 on the shot clock. Hart the pass to Okafor. And the shot goes in.
I like the fact Okafor is a big guy who handles contact well. Not all big guys do. You got to do better than that if you're the defense.
McCollum outside, fires from deep, drains the three-pointer. McCollum's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Redick passes to Hayes. Down low, here's Holiday. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here.
Kevin, let's look at the Trailblazers to see how they're doing ranking-wise in the NBA.
And talking about the shot blocking ability, you love that mentality. No shot goes unchallenged around the rim. They make sure of that. You have to earn everything you get on the inside.
Anthony's checked in for Portland. Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for the Pelicans. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Trailblazers leading by 12. 1:51 left to play in the third. Fires top of the key.
And the reach of Okafor cannot be understated. I mean, when he's around, he's very good at getting those big calls up quickly and batting shots away.
A three from McCollum. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got his 4th rebound in this one. Knocked away. Here's McCollum. Count it from 12. McCollum's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
Hart kicks to Redick. The shot off that time. Good D by McCollum.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
Pelicans trailed by 14. 51 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Hart. 11 points in the game. Near the three-point line, it's Ingram. And he gets the jumper to drop. Ingram's got 12.
Boy, Hart is one of those guys you look at and you can just see the team is first with him. Never hesitates to find the open guy.
27 seconds left to play in the third. There's the feed to Anthony. Over Okafor. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Little. Little's got 3 assists in the game. And here's Redick. He's got 5. Out to the wing. Lets the 3 fly. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Hart.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
And so it's Portland holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So for New Orleans right now, at the forward slots, Ingram and Melly. J.J. Redick is out there with Hart, and it's Hayes in at the 5. McCollum finds Hazonia. No, it doesn't go. His 4th miss in 8 attempts. Here's Hart, covered by Lillard. Hayes the pass to Redick. Hayes with it. Over Hazonia. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Anthony in the corner. Pelicans with the rebound. Redick's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Hart. 4th quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Now here's Ingram. Not a lot of room. It's stolen by Little. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Over Hayes. That's tipped. Here's Hart. Covered by Lillard. About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. And it's Melly missing. Trailblazers leading by 11. The 3. And it's Damian Lillard with the 3.
And if you look at the stats for unassisted jump shot percentage, Lillard is always around the top. He can drain those pull-up jumpers as well as anybody in our league.
Ingram kicks to Hayes. Basket counts. Now here's Lillard. McCollum outside. And it's Anthony top of the key. Lillard up top. Over Hart. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Anthony. Lillard's got the lead up to 14 now for Portland. Here's Hayes. That 3 off the mark. For Portland, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Little kicks to Hazonia. Lillard from outside. That shot misses. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. Ingram passes to Hart. Knocked loose. Taken away by Anthony. The wide open shot by Little. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man. Puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
New Orleans moving the ball around. Ingram finds Redick. Shot clock at 6. Here's Melly, covered by Anthony. And again, no good by New Orleans. Trailblazers leading by 16. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Whiteside's checked in for Portland. Riza comes in for Little. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the 4th. Good work there as it goes. Lillard's got 20 points.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here's Ball. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, it's a must to avoid fouling Ball. I mean, he's excellent at taking it to the defense and drawing the contact.
Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw.
Always got to keep an eye on the ball. No pun intended. He's a guy that can do a little bit of everything. A triple-double threat every game.
Can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Hits the three-point bomb. Lillard's got 10 points in just the second half.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Clark, there are a lot of factors a free agent puts into selecting the new team that he goes to. Talk about the factors that aren't basketball for these free agents.
Well, I think you could see some of them if you gave it some thought, Kevin. You think about a market size, nightlife for some guys is important, business opportunities when you think about places like Silicon Valley or New York or Los Angeles. Season of life for the individual player in terms of his family and where he might want to reside after he's done playing. So there are a number of different things that contribute to free agents making moves from one team to the next.
Now, did you have a family, Clark, when you played your last couple years in the NBA?
We were without children, but it was Rosie and I. We've been married 4 years, and then our family started right after I retired.
Redick finds ball. Outside, Redick. Can they get it? It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
After hitting 1-3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
And Whiteside with the basket on the assist by Ariza. Ariza's got assist number 7 for him tonight. The pass to Williamson. Clark, the two-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent. And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros can have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League, so it speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA. You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Tipped away. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball. Drew Holiday. He's checked in for the Pelicans. To the inside. Here's Lillard. Pelicans pull it in. Ball's got rebound number 5 here tonight. He feeds it to Williamson. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Poked loose. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Ingram's running. Pass the ball. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. And here are the Trailblazers. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Holiday against McCollum. Here's Whiteside. Great D that time from Favors. Pelicans trail by 21. Holiday the pass to Ball. Mark, for a while now, you and I were just talking. We've had a rule that a team cannot go without a first-round pick in consecutive years. Could it be time to lift that restriction?
I certainly wouldn't mind discussing lifting the restriction, but I like it as it is on the books because it does lend itself, I think, to competitive balance. And that's important in the strength of a league.
And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Sunday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors. And then on Tuesday, they'll be facing off against DeMarcus Cousins and the Los Angeles Lakers. And he makes the first. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. New Orleans has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Ingram passes to Williamson. Over Ariza. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one is on Ariza.
An absolute beast in close. Once Williamson has this kind of positioning, you pretty much have to foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Williamson. Mark, it feels like we're seeing more and more of this, but bench celebrations and reactions at both college and pro levels.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I think it's an outgrowth of the social media platform.
You're right. I agree.
I think there's no question because anything that can be done that's creative and fun is going to find a life on social media and maybe go viral. And guys know that. They're aware. I mean, this generation has grown up with social media, so they understand that they could be seen beyond just the arena if they do something pretty clever.
And you and I are sitting over here watching. We're laughing as much as anybody else, aren't we?
Oh, I'm not denying that it's fun. I love seeing it, actually, but on occasion it does get a little carried away.
Knocks it loose. Pass the ball. Back to Holiday. Pass the ball. Clock at 4. And it's sent back by Lillard. And he's able to get it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And here are the Trailblazers. They're on an 18-6 run. There's the lob to Lillard. And Ingram with a clear path to the basket. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And Ball showing you nice activity on the defensive end there, Kevin. Causing problems because of that reach and the quick hands.
Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. And the dunk by Williamson.
And this is what we came to see, right? Go ahead, Zion. Do your thing on the alley-oop.
Lillard outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Pelicans trailed by 19. Now Ball. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That will be foul number 5 on him. On defense, Portland. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Ball, the pass to Williamson. Shot clock at 5. Can't get it to go. His 5th miss and 10 shots from the floor. Ariza dishes to McCollum. And there's the pass to Anthony. Here's Ariza. Inside. Here's Whiteside. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. They get Derek Favors.
And Hassan Whiteside in this deep. Forget about it, Kevin. I mean, he's great at getting inside and finishing with force. Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Holiday against Anthony. Feeds to Williamson. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 6 assists now in the game. Trailblazers leading by 20. Anthony right side. Clark, a lot of fans ask us what qualifies as a legal screen versus a moving screen. They feel there's a lot of gray area there. What do you think?
Well, I think there is some gray area because the problem you have, one of the problems is a number of veterans out there have become really masters at getting a little extra into their screen, which borders on illegal and many times is. So the league is doing a pretty good job of clarifying. And if you're moving your lower or upper body to help a teammate with your screen, then that should be called. And most times it is called as illegal. A hip check, a shoulder, any of that to set a screen is illegal.
Lillard from outside, nailed from three-point land. Lillard's got 18 points just in the second half.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes. Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that three a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Trailblazers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And they will avert a season series sweep. They showed big heart to finally put a win up on the board, but still ending the year with a record of 1-3 against the Pelicans.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for Damian Lillard.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand. And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Jackson against Lillard. Passes it to Alexander Walker. Now here's Okafor. Jackson, that's a two-pointer. Little with the rebound. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Carmelo, what did you like best about the win tonight?
We just played hard. We came out here ready to play. We jumped out there quick on the defensive end, and offensively we got it going again. And it was a great team win today, though.
Everybody contributing. Carmelo, thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.